What is going on, everyone? So as you guys probably just saw, I posted a video of the Google Pixel 2 and how it holds up in the later part of 2018. And I kind of want to do a quick little comparison between the Google Pixel 2 and the Google Pixel 3. This isn't really like a full-on comparison. I don't have the Google Pixel 3, not a lot of people do, but I just kind of want to see, based off the specs that we know, whether you should go and upgrade, which one you should pick, save some money, get the Google Pixel 2 or get a Google Pixel 3. Now, me personally, I won't have the answers to that, but I will just present you with the facts and the specs and we can go from there. But strangely enough, from what the specs that I saw in the dimensions, technically speaking, the Google Pixel 2 and the Google Pixel 3 are almost the same size in the hand almost. The Google Pixel 3 does take out some of the bezels, so you are left with a bigger screen. So you had a 5-inch screen on the Google Pixel 2 and a 5.5-inch screen on the Google Pixel 3. Now both of them do have 1080p screens, and the PPI is almost the same, so they're both AMOLED, so you're going to have pretty much the same type of screen on both, to be honest. Just know that the Google Pixel 3 does look a little bit better in my opinion, just because of the less bezels, but you still retain the front-facing speakers on both of them, so that's really cool. Now weirdly enough, the Google Pixel 3, I did not know this, actually updated its IP certification, so it has IP68 dust and water resistance, where the Google Pixel 2 had IP67 dust and water resistance. So Google Pixel 2, if you dipped it in 1 meter of water for 30 minutes, you'd be good. But now they actually increased that to 1.5 meters for 30 minutes. So a little bit of difference there. They're still kind of both water and dust resistance, but the Google Pixel 3 will handle you better in tougher conditions. In terms of software versions, obviously the Google Pixel 3 will last you 1 more year longer than the Google Pixel 2, but they will both have strong communities, so reasonably speaking, they will last you longer if you want to custom ROM your phone and if you want to throw a third-party ROM on it. But just based off stock, both these phones will last you for a very long time, a couple more years at least, but the Google Pixel 3 will last you longer in terms of software. Now, in terms of the raw specs, there is an upgrade in the chipset, so you go from the Snapdragon 835 to the Snapdragon 845. You go from an Adreno 540 to an Adreno 630, but strangely enough, they retain the same amount of RAM, so there's still 4 gigs of RAM, and I find that kind of weird. I really wish they upped it to about 5 gigs even, just because all these other phone manufacturers already have like 5, 6, 7, 8 gigabytes of RAM in a phone, and Google's still at 4, and they were at 4 last year too with the Google Pixel 2. And I really wish they increased that. There was really no reason to stick with it. I guess it saved them a little bit of money, but it is what it is, I guess. Another strange thing is that they actually kept the same storage variants with them too. So they're both 64 and 128 gigabyte options for both the phones. And I find that really weird because all these other phone manufacturers also have like 256 gigabyte options, and the iPhones also have 512 gigabyte options, as well as Samsung Galaxy Note 9. So I find that really weird, and there's no removable storage slot or anything like that. So I don't know why they did it like this. They really should have increased it up to 256, but I'm kind of salty about that. So that's one thing about this phone that I'm not too happy with in terms of the Google Pixel 3, even the Google Pixel 2 a little bit. But moving on with the cameras, now both these cameras are going to be very, very, very good. The Google Pixel 3 does have an improvement though. They're with the same megapixel count. They both have OIS, laser autofocus, all that stuff. And they actually both have these same video resolutions that you can film in too. But there are some software enhancements that came in with the Google Pixel 3. But the biggest difference, I would say, is actually with the front camera. And on the Google Pixel 2, you had an 8 megapixel sensor. On the Google Pixel 3, you have 2 8 megapixel sensors. And what that secondary lens allows you to do is get more of a photo in, so a wide angle effect. So that's a pretty big increase and update in terms of going from a Google Pixel to a Google Pixel 3. But again, that's kind of if you're into photos and taking photos and all that stuff. But if that really doesn't speak out to you, the Google Pixel 2 camera is still very, very good. And both cameras will do you just fine. I'm sure if you compare them side by side, the Pixel 3 might be a little bit better. But again, they're both very good cameras on both. And actually with the hardware itself, the battery size actually did increase. So we went from a 2700 mAh battery on the Google Pixel 2 to a 2915 mAh battery on the Google Pixel 3, so quite a bit of difference there, about 300 milliamp hours. And on top of that, they actually added Qi wireless charging to the Google Pixel 3, so now you can wirelessly charge your phone through the glass on the back, where you didn't have that option on the Google Pixel 2. So that's actually really, really cool, and it's just like one more of a convenience feature. And I will give so much praise to the Google Pixel 3 and Google for doing this, for increasing the battery size and including wireless charging. All these phone manufacturers, they're in this trend, and Google did it for a little bit too, and they did it with the Google Pixel 3 XL. They decreased the battery from the Google Pixel 2 XL, but this one, they actually increased the battery size. So good on Google for doing it. Shout out to you guys. You guys did a really good job on that. So in terms of battery life, I will say most probably the Google Pixel 3 will do you better in terms of that. Some other notable things to note: both of them have fingerprint sensors, both of them have USB Type-C, and both of them do not have headphone jacks. So based off that, that kind of gives you guys an idea. I mean, it kind of shows you where I stand. The Google Pixel 3 does cost about twice as much as a used Google Pixel 2. So you kind of have to think about that. In my opinion, I don't think the Google Pixel 3 is twice as much of a phone as a Google Pixel 2 is. I still think the Pixel 2 is an amazing phone. And if you want to see a review on the Google Pixel 2, literally go back to my last video before this one, and I just posted about that. But I don't think the Google Pixel 3 is as weird as the Pixel 3 XL. It's a very safe phone in my opinion as well. But that's pretty much it. That was just a quick impressions, a quick roundup. Again, this is not a full review, but I will have a full review once the Google Pixel 3 XL and Pixel 3 come to me. So whenever that happens, I'll drop a ton of videos on that. But that is pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel, Lo-Fi Alpaca. I do a lot more iOS reviews and iPhone reviews, and I'll start doing more Android reviews if you guys want to see it. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.